In college, I bought myself a girlfriend. The deal was simple: stay with me, and I'd cover her family's staggering medical bills. Sophia, this brilliant student from a poor background, swallowed her pride and stayed with me for 4 agonizing years. Then my family's fortune evaporated. We went bankrupt. When I broke up with her, she remained as distant as ever, offering no words to make me stay. Later, I was waiting tables at a high-end karaoke bar in Chicago, trying to pay off debts. Meanwhile, she had become a successful CEO, dating Ryan, the guy who used to be the most popular dude in our class back at Northwestern. She found me there and asked, "Do you regret it, Sophia?" "Well, I do," she said. "I never thought, after all these years since graduation, that I'd run into Sophia again like this." As I brought out the fruit platter, I kept my head down, praying she wouldn't recognize me. Ryan sat beside her. They looked good together, a perfect match. "Waiter," Sophia called out, "could you slice the oranges?" I turned my back to her, cutting the orange into neat slices. A long time ago, when I used to love oranges, Sophia would always cut them for me. Her knife skills were impeccable. Every slice was perfectly uniform. Back then, I foolishly thought it meant she loved me. I later learned it was just a habit. When she cut oranges, her mind wandered everywhere except, apparently, to me. For years felt like half a lifetime. Somehow, the conversation among the guests drifted to college romances. Someone remarked, "I heard CEO Sophia had a boyfriend all through college for 4 years straight." My hand hesitated. Sophia simply murmured, "Yeah, that's wonderful." 4 years, the entire college experience. The person continued. Sophia didn't respond. The speaker, feeling awkward, pressed on. "For years must mean he's unforgettable, right?" Silence hung in the air like a slow river. After a moment, Sophia let out a soft laugh. "Not really. Sophia would be lucky if she didn't hate him," Ryan explained smoothly. "Sophia and I went to the same school, Northwestern. It was really tough for her back then. Honestly, if her ex hadn't been in the picture, would Sophia and I have taken this long to get together?" Someone chimed in, Right, Mr. Adams is a big star now. No matter how good the ex was, how could he compare to a celebrity?" The atmosphere lightened up again. I tugged my cap lower, desperate to escape. The fruit knife slipped, slicing my hand. I hissed in pain, drawing attention. "What's going on? Can't even cut fruit properly." Ryan complained. "I'm sorry. I'll get a fresh plate." I grabbed the platter and tried to bolt. "Wait," Sophia suddenly called out, stopping me. Each word was deliberate. "Turn around." My feet felt nailed to the floor. 1 second, 2 seconds. The shift manager arrived just in time. "So sorry, everyone. This employee is new, still learning the ropes. The fruit platter is on the house tonight." She shot me a look. "Hurry up and bring a new one." I managed to escape. Later, the manager, Sarah, pulled me aside. "Next time, be quicker on your feet. We all start somewhere, but if you get a complaint, tonight's work is for nothing." "Thank you, Sarah. No problem. Just be extra careful with that VIP room. It's full of important people, especially the beautiful woman in the middle. She's the boss of an innovative tech company. We can't afford to offend her." "Sarah, I'm a little spooked. Could you take the oranges in for me?" "Sure." I breathed a sigh of relief. If there was one person in the world who had already thoroughly offended Sophia, it had to be me. I was the hated ex she was talking about. I still remember freshman year vividly. Sophia, dressed in faded old clothes, stood out awkwardly among the new students. Her poverty was as visible as her delicate beauty. I loved the soft, cool tone of her voice when she spoke and the way her long eyelashes lowered when she looked at me. Sophia desperately needed money, but the financial aid spot she deserved was snatched by someone with connections through the advisor. So one evening after class, I boldly took her small, soft hand. "Sophia, I like you. Be with me. I've got plenty of money. We can share my allowance, or hey, I'll even pay you every time we kiss." Naturally, she refused. But back then, my life had been smooth sailing. I didn't understand failure. The more she refused, the more persistent I became. The breaking point came when her grandfather, who had raised her, fell critically ill. Without blinking, I paid off all his medical expenses. Finally, Sophia yielded. I naively thought I'd done a great deed. It took me a long time to understand that I had won her, but I had also broken her spirit. After we got together, she continued working part-time jobs every day to earn her living expenses. She barely touched my money, yet things got worse for her. Rumors spread across campus about Sophia selling herself for money. The way classmates looked at her changed. Some gave her cruel nicknames. Still blissfully ignorant, I held her hand and said, "Don't listen to them. They're just jealous." I lived comfortably in my own ivory tower, completely unaware that Sophia was fighting her battles alone. Senior year, the Miller family went bankrupt. I didn't tell Sophia. I just called her out and said, "Let's break up." "Why?" "I'm tired of you." Okay. Just like that, we were over. I guess she was happy then, finally free. The day we broke up, I snapped my SIM card, deleted my social media and boarded a train to another city to work off the debts. I only returned to Chicago 3 months ago. Sophia seemed to be doing exceptionally well. She was always a genius, the kind who effortlessly topped the entire department in college. Only 4 years after graduation, she was already a rising CEO featured in business magazines. Ryan, who used to be the most popular guy in our class, had become an actor back in his junior year. I hadn't expected them to get together. Well, good for them. I clutched my chest, forcing down the sour feeling. At 4 in the morning, my shift ended. I was the last one out. My coworkers, thinking everyone had left, had already turned off the lights and stopped the elevators. Annoyed, I repeatedly pressed the elevator button, hoping to bring it back to life. Just call someone. Sophia's voice suddenly sounded behind me. Stiffly, I called a coworker. The elevator restarted, and Sophia and I stood in the cramped space. You guys finished this late? She asked coolly. We can only leave after all the customers are gone. Is the pay good here? It's okay. I kept my head down, my cap hiding my face. Sophia seemed not to recognize me, making small talk before glancing at her watch. This elevator is so slow. My boyfriend's probably getting impatient. He's quite clingy. I froze, realizing she meant Ryan. What about you? Getting off work so late. Where's your girlfriend? I live nearby. The elevator arrived. As the doors opened, I rushed out. Sophia, who had been calm for minutes, finally erupted in anger. What are you running from? Where else can you run? Ryan? Just leaving, disappearing off the face of the earth. Was that fun? Sophia advanced step by step. She was still the girl from my memories, but the innocence was gone, replaced by a mature edge. Social media deleted, phone number disconnected, even the professors couldn't find you. Ryan Miller, you're really something. I slowly looked up, meeting her gaze. You must have used your connections to find out, right? My family went bankrupt. My dad's caught up in financial disputes and still hasn't paid everything back. Why didn't you tell me then? I was speechless. Was it because you couldn't lose face, Mr. Miller? No. Before I could finish, Ryan walked over. Hey, Ryan, it really is you. He looked even more handsome than in college, polished down to the last hair. Long time no see. Everyone from class has been looking for you. How come you vanished for 4 years? I went down south. No wonder. Ryan on my clothes, surprised. Ryan, isn't it the down jacket you bought in your junior year? It's losing feathers. Why are you still wearing it? I used to discard clothes after wearing them for just 1 season. His question was meant to embarrass me, but I was numb now. It's not broken, still wearable. Ryan nodded knowingly. Are you having financial difficulties now? You should have said so sooner. An old classmate is here to help. He pulled out a card. Take this, use it. No need to pay me back. Thanks, but I don't need it. I looked at him, then at Sophia, and managed a quiet smile. I'm getting married soon. Make sure you come. As the words left my mouth, Sophia looked utterly stunned. The karaoke bar was just my side gig. I had a day job too. On Monday, a new client came to the office. My colleagues were gossiping. I heard this client is a genius. She initially started the company to find someone. Oh, who? Her ex-boyfriend, probably. My eyelid twitched. I had a bad feeling. Did she find him? No idea. The system isn't finished yet, but big investors have poured money in. The prospects are huge. That's why our boss wants to collaborate. I gathered the documents. From the meeting room doorway, I heard Sophia's voice. About the collaboration, I need more time to consider. I pushed the door open and placed the files on the table. Sophia's gaze was intense. What are you doing here? Working. This is my main job. My boss looked curious. Ryan, you know Miss Vance? I chose my words carefully. We've met. Just met. Sophia sounded angry again. Why was she mad? Wasn't she the one who walked away without looking back on our breakup day? She pointed at me. Mr. Thompson, I can sign the contract on the condition that Ryan is transferred to be my assistant. My boss agreed instantly, giving me no chance to object. They talked all day. In the evening, I grabbed my bag to leave. Sophia blocked my way. Where are you going? I haven't dismissed you. Miss Vance, I can't work overtime today. I have something else to do. What is it? I have to go deliver food now. Sophia stared at me, incredulous. I used to be a rich kid and wouldn't have touched food delivery. For 4 years in college, Sophia ran deliveries after class. Her dinner was often just a box meal provided by the delivery company. Once, I went looking for her in a cramped room. She was crammed in with other delivery drivers, eating rice from a box. I said, Sophia, why are you eating this? It's not clean. Her expression turned uncomfortable. Does clean matter? Come on, let's go get steak. I dragged her to a newly opened Western restaurant where the average check was over $70. She stood outside the restaurant entrance for a long time, silently taking off her delivery uniform. After my family's downfall, I finally understood her feelings. That day, just like today, it started snowing. The ground was slippery. I fell, spilling the food. I called the customer to explain, but got yelled at. The customer said, don't make excuses. Late is late. My scraped palm throbbed in the cold, but I ignored it, apologizing profusely. Suddenly, Sophia appeared, picking up my bike. She must have been there for a while, watching. I instinctively hid my hand behind my back. Don't hide it. Her voice was sad, her eyes red. Go wash it quickly. I have to deliver this first. Get in the car. I'll drive you. The customer lived on the first floor. While I delivered the food, they muttered, damn, even people driving Porsches deliver food. I had another order to pick up. Sophia said, stop delivering. I can't. I haven't earned enough tonight. Then I'll buy what? Ding. The system automatically assigned me the order she had placed. I'm buying your time tonight. Sophia drove me to her place. I stood in the entryway, refusing to go further. Ryan will be angry. Sophia said, you have time to worry about others? Look at the state you're in. Besides the scraped palm, I was covered in dirty slush. And Ryan, look at my apartment. Does it look like a man has ever been here? You don't live together? I was never even with him. Sophia tossed a contract at me. 6 months ago, he approached me, proposing a partnership. He didn't want to be forced into relationships by wealthy women in the entertainment industry, so he asked me to pretend to be his girlfriend. In return, he'd help me deal with difficult clients. She paused, explaining further as if I wouldn't understand. Some clients like to send young men to your hotel room, thinking everyone's into that. It's annoying. Ryan helped fend them off. The contract clearly stated non-interference in each other's private lives. Sophia took my hand, tending to the wound. I noticed a row of unopened perfume boxes on a shelf. It was the brand I used to love. Sophia had bought the entire collection and kept it at home. Today, I asked your colleagues about you, she began. You don't have a girlfriend. You even said you were single at the team building last week. Ryan, you were deliberately lying to me, weren't you? I didn't lie. Then show me a picture. You and that woman. We haven't taken any pictures together. How is that possible? You wouldn't take a photo with your new love. You reminded me. Next time I take one, I'll show you. Sophia laughed, exasperated. She suddenly leaned over the sofa, sitting beside me. I couldn't move. I could feel her warmth even through my sweater. I bought you time. You know what that means, right? I'll refund you, Sophia. I really am getting married. She traced her fingers down my arm, stopping at my wrist. Getting married, yet still wearing the bracelet your ex-girlfriend gave you? Isn't that inappropriate? There was a chain on my wrist, dulled with time. It was the first gift Sophia ever gave me when I turned 19. There was a week back then when I barely saw her outside of class. No matter how I pleaded, she wouldn't quit her jobs. She rushed between various part-time gigs, working harder than ever. On my birthday, my family threw a party for me at a fancy restaurant. I told Sophia, but she didn't come. I waited and waited until late evening when her call finally came. She said she was waiting for me outside the restaurant. In the heavy snow, the girl I loved looked frail. She was travel-worn, just like I was tonight, her yellow delivery uniform stained with mud. Back then, I understood nothing, only questioning why she hadn't quit her jobs. Sophia hugged me, saying she brought me a birthday gift. The bracelet was a basic model, not expensive, but it was completely beyond her means at the time. I loved it, put it on immediately, and never took it off. Later, my parents called me over, asking who I was talking to. They didn't like Sophia and felt she wasn't good enough for me. When I turned back, Sophia had vanished into the snowstorm. Even now, thinking back occasionally, maybe when I was 19, Sophia did like me. That bracelet was earned through her relentless hard work. Did she like me? Tonight, she had rushed through the snow, fallen down, yet pushed forward fearlessly for this bracelet. But now she had become the one in power. Her home displayed the luxury goods I used to favor. Was it lingering affection, or was she humiliating me? I couldn't figure it out, so I stopped struggling. Sophia suddenly panicked. She said, "Are you angry?" I was wrong. I didn't consider your feelings. Today is your 26th birthday. I bought you a new bracelet. What? I had completely forgotten it was my birthday. Sophia presented a new gift box. Do you like it? She intended to replace the old bracelet for me. Ryan, can we? Before she could finish, the doorbell rang. Olivia Baker stood at the door. Where's Ryan? I'm looking for him. Who are you? I'm his fiancé. Didn't he tell you? Sophia froze, the new bracelet falling onto the carpet. I left with Olivia. We knew each other from before when my family was still wealthy. She had confessed her feelings for me, but I was solely focused on Sophia back then and rejected her multiple times. Until last week, she suddenly sought me out. Olivia said if I married her, she would help pay off my debts. I asked why. She replied smugly, I want to prove you chose wrong back then. Only I can save you. That cheap woman will only drag you down. Oh, really? I saw the pregnancy test report in her bag. How ridiculous. Today, I reluctantly asked her for a small favor. Just a phone call, an excuse for me to leave. I don't know how she ended up finding the place. I asked coldly, why did you pretend to be my fiancé? What's the difference? We're getting married soon anyway. I haven't agreed yet. Do you have any other options? Ryan Miller, wake up. You're drowning in debt. Who's going to date you besides me? Who else would want you? That woman from earlier? Olivia was contemptuous. She's that poor girlfriend from college, right? Let me tell you, she's just back to humiliate you. You used to push her around, and she didn't dare fight back. Now that you're down on your luck, she's probably laughing her head off inside. None of your business. I'm making it my business. You stole my man back then. Now I have to knock her down a peg. Olivia, I'm not your backup plan. I didn't agree before, and I won't agree now. I got out of the car. Olivia didn't stop me. Agreeing or not, is it up to you, Ryan? Think about your family. Her flippant expression somehow reminded me of the past again. The people who spread rumors and mocked Sophia were just like this, weren't they? Did Sophia see me the same way in her heart? News of my return spread a among former classmates, along with my family's misfortune. My old roommate, Jason, got back in touch. He was getting married and asked me to be his best man. Jason was my best friend back then. Of course, I had to go. Many old classmates attended the wedding. I reconnected with everyone on social media. Jason, dressed smartly in a suit, looked much more mature. Ryan, man, I always thought you'd be the first of us four to get married. I smiled. If I got married first, how could I be your best man? You punk, you have the nerve to say that. For years, not a single word. Man, I was pissed. My bad. I won't disappear again. I'll stick around and make it up to you. Jason patted me. Ryan, why did you just vanish like that? If you had problems, you could have told us. We all could have helped. I finally shared what I'd kept inside all these years. I never faced such a huge setback in my life, man. It felt like my whole world collapsed. I took a drag from my cigarette, smiling bitterly. I didn't know what to do, couldn't face anyone. It was impulsive, I guess. I just deleted all my contacts. Jason sighed. Sophia nearly went crazy looking for you. What? I was stunned. You didn't know? She tried almost everything. She contacted professors, the university, and almost filed a police report. She was just a poor student back then and didn't have many connections. When she couldn't find you, she went to your house. Jason watched my face before continuing. You know how scared she was of your parents, but she gathered her courage and went. Who would have thought your whole family was gone? Even your parents had disappeared. That girl, usually so reserved, that was the first time I saw her break down. She sat on your doorstep, cry her eyes out. Later, she heard you might be down south, so she went looking but couldn't find you. Where on earth were you? I answered slowly. Atlanta, Austin, Denver, countless places, many cities. Because we were constantly dodging debt collectors, my family changed our name and moved almost every 2 weeks. No wonder she couldn't find you. That's crazy. Jason clicked his tongue. Anyway, she eventually gave up, came back to Chicago heartbroken, and started working on that people-finding data system of hers. I didn't understand. I thought Sophia didn't care at all whether I stayed or left. Before graduation, I overheard her talking to her dorm mates. A friend asked, "What are your plans after graduation?" Marrying Ryan. Sophia replied, "No." That hit me hard. Soon after, my family's fortune crumbled. I initiated the breakup directly, and she offered no resistance. But searching everywhere for me, what did that mean? Regret after losing me? I was confused. When Jason's wife tossed the bouquet, I zoned out for a moment. The bouquet landed in Sophia's hands. The MC announced, "Congratulations to this lady for catching the bouquet. Good things are coming her way. Will you tell your boyfriend? No need for the trouble." Sophia smiled and walked towards me, offering the bouquet. The whole room erupted in cheers, the noise almost lifting the roof. I was caught, unsure whether to accept it or not. "Sophia, you met my fiancé, even though it was fake. I don't believe your taste would decline that much. Just assume my taste is bad." "Fine, even if she is real." Sophia leaned in slightly, close to my ear, then leave her and come back to me. Her sweet voice was like a spell, full of temptation. I almost gave in. Just almost. After all these years, Sophia could still make my heart race like this. After the ceremony, old classmates gathered around me for drinks. I accidentally drank too much. Later, I remember finding myself sitting in the stairwell. No matter how lively it was outside, the stairwell was always the quietest place. Sophia found me. "What are you doing here?" I looked back at her and instinctively said, "Sophia, I'm tired." Sophia took me home. I was too drunk to walk straight, so she supported me closely. "God, I'm so tired. Working every day. When will it end?" Yesterday, a customer spilled wine all over me. Damn it, it wasn't even my fault. "Sophia, I want steak." I've almost forgotten what it tastes like. Under the influence of alcohol, I rambled incoherently. Sophia patiently tried to soothe me, but I couldn't hear anything she said. The last thing I remember is her placing me on her sofa. She asked me, "What's so great about that woman anyway?" Dazedly, I said, "She's helping me pay back the money." "I can too, Ryan. I'm better than her. I know what you like and dislike, and I know how to make you happy. Ryan, I'm begging you, please don't disappear again, okay?" I don't remember much after that. The next morning, I woke up in Sophia's bed naked. Various types of steak were laid out on the dining table. There was also a plate of oranges cut into perfectly uniform slices. Sophia said, "I called in sick for you. You don't have to work today." Oh. As I sat down, it hit me. "You called in for me?" "Yes." "You told my boss?" "What's wrong?" "That jerk will definitely misunderstand." She blinked her beautiful eyes. "Between you and me, it's all real. What's there to misunderstand?" I was speechless. I asked your boss. "You didn't take the programming job so you could have more flexibility for part-time work." "Yeah, programming pays more, but there's always overtime. Juggling multiple jobs, I make more each month than I would in programming. Starting next month, go back to programming. You can quit all the part-time jobs." "No, I declinat puliteli. I haven't coded in a long time. I'm rusty." "It's okay. I'll teach you again." She focused on peeling shrimp shells, dipped them in sauce, and placed them in my bowl, just like she used to. She always meticulously peeled every shrimp for me. In college, I was more interested in having fun and didn't excel academically, but having a genius girlfriend as a free tutor meant I couldn't fall too far behind. I said, "I've really forgotten everything." Sophia casually wrote a few lines on a piece of paper and sat beside me. "These are some basics. I'll help you recall them." In that moment, it felt like we were back in the past. The girl I loved sat beside me, gently explaining concepts. After eating, I went home by myself. I didn't let Sophia drive me. Zoning out on the subway, I suddenly received a message from Ryan. "Ryan, don't hurt Sophia again." "Me? What do you mean?" "All these years, she's actually wanted to repay you." "Repay what?" "Money." Ryan sent a screenshot. It was Sophia in her college dorm group chat, saying, "Paid it off. What a relief." Others, "Congrats. Finally unloaded such a huge burden. Free spirit now, huh?" I was bewildered. Then a debt notification text arrived. "Outstanding balance has been fully cleared. Payé, Sophia avance." I felt humiliated, betrayed. Thinking back on everything, Sophia frantically searching for me, and after reuniting, promoting me, giving me a raise, the things she said, the things she did, including last night. It was all just to pay off a debt, nothing more. Right at the karaoke bar, Ryan said she hated me. Maybe that was the truth. Sophia doesn't like owing people. From the beginning, I was just a heavy burden on her mind, a creditor. In that instant, angry grief consumed me. I didn't even know how to blame her. 8 years ago, I was the one who forced her into an unequal position. It was impossible to correct it afterwards. She was upright and never took my help for granted. She politely remembered it until now. It would have been better if she'd forgotten. A nameless fire burned inside me. I messaged Sophia, "Who told you to pay off my debt without asking? Isn't it better now? You won't have to work multiple jobs anymore." "I don't need it." "Ryan, don't be stubborn. Actually, I should have done this long ago. I always wanted to pay you back for my grandfather's medical bills too." Her words stung again. "I will save up and pay you back this amount. From now on, apart from work matters, let's not contact each other." Sophia called me many times afterwards, but I didn't want to answer. I took another day off, locked myself in my room, and slept like the dead, trying to catch up on years of lost sleep. The next morning, my mom told me Sophia had waited downstairs all night. I took the subway to work. Sophia abandoned her Porsche and rode the subway with me. In the evening, I went to my usual karaoke bar shift. She booked a small private room and sat by the door, watching me come and go. She was like a living statue, following me wherever I went. This went on for several days. I finally couldn't take it anymore. "Stop following me. If I don't, you'll disappear." She counted on her fingers. Disappear to another city. Disappear into stairwells. Disappear by not answering calls. "You make me worry." I said, "I promise to pay you back. I won't disappear again. Can't we have some basic trust between people?" Sophia frowned. "What are you talking about? I don't want you to pay me back." She continued being my shadow until Friday. She didn't show up. Ryan called, furious. Sophia got into a fight. Sophia had fought with Olivia Baker. It happened at an industry gathering they both attended today. They weren't at the same table. Olivia probably didn't see her. Suddenly, someone mentioned the vanished Miller family. Olivia started talking animatedly. "The Miller family has a son, Ryan. So handsome. He used to be so hard to get, but now he's easy. His family's in debt, right? I promised to help Ryan pay it back, and he'll marry me. I'll be the boss in our house. I can still go out and hook up with models." Before she finished, Sophia's purse hit her. In front of so many industry people, she assaulted the Baker heiress. Outside the treatment room, Ryan sniped at me. Sophia is a woman with no background who fought her way up alone. It hasn't been easy for her. But now, because of you, she's bound to offend some people. Ryan was annoyed. "Ryan, if you're not going to help her, can you at least stop ruining things for her?" "Ruining things?" "Ryan, by what right are you lecturing me?" Ryan paused. "Me? You're just partners. Didn't you agree not to interfere in each other's private lives? She even told you that." After a moment, Ryan put on a pitiful act, like a classic male manipulator. "Ryan, even though Sophia and I are just partners, I genuinely like her. You've been gone so long. Just stay gone. Let me have her, okay? You like her?" "Yeah." This was unexpected because... "But weren't you the one who started spreading rumors about Sophia back in school?" Ryan's face instantly turned pale. "I only disappeared. I didn't get amnesia. I looked coldly at the hypocritical pretty boy before me. After Sophia and I got together, you cornered me in the men's room. Remember what you said then? You said, 'Ryan, how much did you pay to sleep with Sophia?'" Ryan panicked. I don't remember. Later, someone called Sophia a whore to her face. Did you forget that too? Those nasty nicknames, they started with you, didn't they? "No, I didn't." "You're slandering me. I don't know the rules of your circle. But if it got out that a big star used to bully his classmate, what would the fans think?" "Ryan, damn you." Ryan snapped. "You're the one spreading rumors now." "Oh, should I find a few classmates to testify?" He deflated instantly. "Please, Ryan, I'll give you whatever money you want. Don't bring this up again, okay? And don't tell Sophia. I was young and stupid then. I hurt her, but I really like her now. I can make it up to her." "You think you only hurt her?" I shook my head helplessly. "Ryan, you hurt me too." "Then I apologize," he said frantically. "Please, Ryan, don't tell Sophia. Don't ruin my image in her eyes." Before he could finish, the curtain in the treatment room window was suddenly pulled aside. Sophia stood there. She seemed to have been there for a while. Ryan's exit was utterly humiliating. Someone even recorded recorded it on their phone. Sophia wasn't a saint who forgave everyone. She said many harsh things. Ryan probably wouldn't dare show his face to her again. Are you okay? I looked at Sophia. Her wounds were mostly superficial scratches. Will this fight affect your company? Don't worry, it's not a huge deal. But Olivia needed stitches. Stitches are too good for her. I hope she gets scarred. Sophia suddenly smiled. That's more like it. What? That's the real you. How long has it been since you said something so willful? Say some more. I want to hear it. Screw doing business. They're all a bunch of crooks. What else? Poor prices went up again. How are people supposed to live? Good. Keep going. Damn overtime. I want to stay home, watch TV, and sleep. Are you complaining about me? No, I wouldn't dare, C.O. Vance. Only you would dare. Sunlight reflected off the snow as we bantered all the way. Suddenly, it felt like we were back in college. I vented all the pent-up emotions from the past few years. Sophia, wait for me. I'll pay you back all the money. Sophia looked hurt. What are you talking about? I don't want you to pay me back. And why did you suddenly get so angry before? Okay, paying your debt without asking was wrong. But you can't just ignore me. You treated me like a burden. How could I dare bother the great CEO Vance? Burden? Sophia's brow furrowed. Who said that? Ryan. Wait, could that idiot have been trying to drive a wedge between us? But the screenshot must be real. I pulled up the chat history. Sophia looked furious reading it. I wasn't talking about you at all. Sophia took out her own phone. She had told her dorm mates she'd finally cleared payments for some overdue company projects. The subsequent conversation followed that. Somehow, the chat log ended up in Ryan's hands, and he selectively screenshotted it to twist the meaning. But how did he know you were going to pay my debt? He has experience dealing with paying off debts for others, so I asked him about it. Sophia drove to her place. This was the third time I'd been here, but my mood was completely different from before. Let's clear the air today. Sophia poured me a coffee. Ryan, I have a lot of questions for you. Ask away. Why did we break up? I couldn't provide a good life anymore. After thinking it over, breaking up seemed best. Not because you were tired of me. I paused, remembering. Tired of you was the reason I gave when we broke up. After those words, Sophia turned and left without looking back. She said sadly, I thought you saw me as a toy for years. You got bored, and with the family problems, I couldn't help much, so you just dumped me. How could she think that? I opened my mouth, but before I could answer, Sophia spoke again. Even if that were true, it doesn't matter. Afraid of hearing the answer, she laid her cards on the table first. Ryan, I've already decided. Even if I'm just a toy, I want to stay by your side. Sophia's eyes sparkled, just like they used to. I processed her words for a while before speaking. You misunderstood. That was said in anger, Sophia. I never saw you as a toy. I was serious about our relationship. Why was it said in anger? Before the graduation ceremony, you told your dorm mate you wouldn't marry me. Now it was Sophia's turn to be stunned. She thought for a long time, then laughed, partly in tears. What I meant then was, I had just graduated. I wanted to find a job first and be stable before getting married, so I wouldn't drag you down. I didn't want to be a housewife. She stuck out her tongue playfully, looking adorable. Actually, I started looking at engagement rings a long time ago. I was just too shy to tell you, afraid it was just my one-sided wishful thinking. We went through event after event, realizing we had both misinterpreted things. Why did this happen? The fundamental reason was the vast difference in our circumstances. Sophia thought I was helping her just for fun, to ease my loneliness. And I thought Sophia had to be with me for the money. Neither of us believed the other truly loved us. Returning to the present, Sophia asked, Ryan, why were you willing to accept Olivia's help but not mine? Because I love you, and I didn't want our relationship to become like that. I suddenly understood. Sophia nodded vigorously. Exactly. I felt the exact same way back then. Wait, when I confessed, did you like me too? Yes, Ryan. I liked you. Actually, before you liked me. The first day of freshman orientation, when you said your name was Ryan Miller, I remembered it. Sophia's description made me see my past confident self in a new light. She had fallen for me earlier, but confessed later. My way of showing affection was wrong from the start. I used the very thing she lacked most to entice her. That made it hard for her to speak her true feelings. She actually said she liked me many times, but no one believed her. Everyone thought she was lying, just trying to please me, so I'd keep paying. Over time, I believed it too, and even she almost started to believe it. Was it Ryan she liked, or the money for her grandfather's medical bills? After countless taunts and constant reminders of the gap between us, Sophia herself became confused. She was conflicted and tormented, torturing herself day after day. Anyone could help her accept me, because money would taint the affection. If Sophia hadn't been so fiercely independent, she could have comfortably relied on me. But she didn't, and precisely because she didn't, she was the stubborn girl I fell in love with. Sophia picked up an orange and began to slice it slowly. I suddenly remembered the day we reunited. Those things you said, what do they mean? You can say things in anger, but I can't? I thought you got tired of me, dumped me, and then just vanished for 4 years, like you were deliberately avoiding me. Can't I be angry too? I suppose she could. But Ryan said you hated me. Sorry, that was my fault for not refuting him immediately. Sophia methodically finished slicing the last piece of orange. She sighed softly. After all, I really thought you didn't want me anymore. Snow floated outside the window, making the room feel dry and warm. In this moment, I finally knew for sure that through the river of time, the girl I loved had journeyed towards me. During our alma mater's anniversary celebration, both Sophia and I went back. She was invited as a distinguished alumna representative to give a speech. The university looked the same, just filled with new generations of young faces. There are always young people, always people in their prime, striving for their ideals. My alumni name tag fell out of my pocket. A senior student picked it up for me, surprised. Senior, you're Ryan Miller? You know me? I intern at Ms. Vance's company. You're practically a celebrity there. Really, I had visited Sophia's company once and just sat waiting for her at the reception. The receptionist had the same reaction when registering my name. You're Ryan Miller? But even today, I didn't know why. The younger student explained that project at the company, there was a core underlying algorithm supposedly written by Ms. Vance when she first built the system. She left a comment in the code. If you meet Ryan Miller, please tell him from me, I love him. Everyone who worked with that algorithm saw that message. I stood there for a long time. Then I heard the students say happily, it's great. Ms. Vance finally found the person she was looking for. After the speech, Sophia and I strolled along paths familiar from our past, reminiscing. You confessed to me right here by this big tree. Sophia looked at the tree to our left. Yeah, I remember. Man, I was bold back then. She stared blankly, lost in distant memories. Sophia, were you happy in college? She had struggled, been slandered, and felt lonely. I thought she must have been unhappy. But Sophia said, very happy, because you were there. Even the pain turned into happiness. She turned, looking at me with the same focused intensity as years ago. Ryan, now it's my turn to say it. My 9th year of loving you is approaching. Give me a chance, okay? It started snowing again. Snowflakes landed on her hair. I smiled. Here's to a new year. Please take care of me. Happy New Year, my girl. Happy New Year, my youth. Even with regrets, we are and always will be our best selves.